Hello, fantasy baseball fans. I'm Paul Williamson at SportsEthos.com, and I talked to you today about Brice Turang with the Brewers season over. He was just a part of the inept offense in the NLCS that really destroyed their season. Honestly, I mean the Dodgers starting pitching just absolutely destroyed the Brewers, and Brice Turang was no difference. He finished with a slash of 114, 162, and 229 in the postseason. He only had 2 extra base hits. It was a double and a homer. He only got 2 hits in one game, and then 2 other hits the rest of the way. It was a very poor postseason, but that's not the reason for this video. The big thing here for me is Brice Turang is the power headed into 2026. I've got no questions about the batting average. He has a good line drive rate, always has. I do believe the stolen bases, got 24 of them, had 50 the year before. He's got the speed, he gets on base, has improved his walk rate this year. But what I do question though is the power in the RBI. He had 18 homers and 81 RBI, and here's the thing about those homers. He had 10 homers in 1 month this year where he had a 15.5% barrel rate. If you go look at the barrel rate for the rest of the months, we had 1 run at 9.4, that's pretty solid, 8.3, that's around league average, but he had 3 of the months at 6% or worse. I don't know if he can get to 18 homers again. I think 10 to 11 is within the cards. The problem is that he absolutely has to have the barrel rate to get power. He doesn't have good lift. The launch angle was only 8.6 degrees. The pull rate was only 26%. So he needs the barrel. He has to have the barrel rate. If he's not going to pull, he's not going to lift, he has to get the barrel rate. It was only great in 2 months, round league average and worse than the other months. Because of the amount of contact that he makes, a 6% barrel rate can get him to around 10 to 12 homers. But without the pull, without the lift, it's not going to be any more than that. So a lot of people might draft him in the top 5 at second base next year. I don't know if I'm there, because in order for him to get that, he's going to have to get to around 15 or so homers. He's going to have to get to around 70, 80 RBI to go with the batting average, the steals, and the runs to get to that kind of value. At least for me to trust him and drafting him that early. He's going to be a top 100 pick. He's going to be a top 5 second baseman. I don't know if I'm quite there yet for Brice Turang, but he's certainly definitely improved, and I do think he's going to be much better than the 10th ranked ADP at second base he was at this year. So I'm drafting him higher this year. He's going to be a little more expensive, but I don't think he should be that much more expensive.